Welcome back, David, down in the Toy Museum again, Open by Chance Toy Museum, and today wanted to take a quick look at the wife's Exo Squad collection. Playmates Exo Squad. If you've never seen the show, 90s cartoon show. Came out in '93 and ran till '95, although there's only 2 official seasons with a total of 52 episodes, I believe. And Playmates started making these in '93, and they made them through to '95. And they boast really some of the best action figure toy lines produced by Playmates in the 90s. Playmates made a lot of really popular stuff. That's J.T. Marsh. And then Rita Torres here. Playmates was really on top of their game in the 90s, as was Toy Biz. But some of the stuff held up and some didn't. You all know how well Playmates Star Trek does in the modern world. It's not that great. They weren't fantastic figures to begin with. But this is some of the best stuff Playmates ever did, was the Exo Squad. There's Alec DeLeon. And on the inside of the flap, by the way, is like a bio. And then you have the figure in the E-frame, and they're small figures. They're like 3-inch. And they fit inside the Exo frame there. And rockets and guns and all sorts of accessories. It's just a really well thought out toy. And it matches the show. See if I can open this one without disrupting too much. It matches the show. The E-frame on the show would be a lot larger than this. But you know, it's only so big they could possibly make the thing. That's Nara Burns. And then Wolf Bronsky, the guy who was always burping. So you really got 2 toys in one. And I used to have a set of these myself. I got from KB, of course. Bought these at KB in the 90s. Part of the collection that I lost. So this is not mine, this is my wife's. This belongs to LPH. That, of course, is Typhonus. And then Phaeton. Real shooting firepower. Such a fantastic toy line. If you were to put together a top 5 list of 90s Playmates action figures, this should be on the list. She doesn't have everything. She's got a lot of pieces, but she doesn't have everything. And I know after this line came out, they came out with a second series where they merged Exo Squad with Robotech. And that she wasn't too interested in, actually. Primarily, she just wanted figures that were associated with the original cartoon. Wolf Bronsky in his second E-frame here. As we did watch the cartoon together, my wife and I, and she really liked it. It's got a decent plot. There is an actual storyline. So there's Typhonus again. there is an actual storyline and a detailed plot, almost like it's not really written for kids. If you have not seen the Exo Squad cartoon, I recommend checking it out. These can get quite expensive, actually. General Draconis there. You can see how well articulated these are. Pretty much like a raw era G.I. Joe figures. Just smaller, but that's okay. It makes it incompatible with a lot of other figure sets, unfortunately, but this Phaeton, this is a different window box, because if we go back up here really quickly, you can see it's essentially the same figure and E-frame, just with a little coloring variant, and now a window box instead of a flap. Notice also the artwork on these. This one in particular is a transformer. I'll show you here. The suit transforms into a cycle, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's some box variations. This will give you an idea of what the back of the box looks like. There's some bio and explanation of the E-frame, instructions on transforming, advertisement for some other pieces. Exo Squad wants you. But great artwork on these. That's the Kaz Takagi. He doesn't have an E-frame. He has like a space fighter jet. And then Thrax, which is another space fighter jet. Look at the price. Was $27.99, now $12.99. Golly. And I'll show you another one here. Was $13.99, now $7.99. Gotta love those red line prices. Red line prices that KB Toy Store was famous for. That's Marsala in his jumbo-sized E-frame. I don't think it works anymore. I could try it. There's a little button feature down in there. It says, "Try me." I don't know. Nope. Doesn't work anymore. And another jumbo E-frame. Marsala again. Exo Walking Light Attack E-frame. The ultimate real walking E-frame. This one is motorized. This one does actually walk with batteries. And then the Exo Carrier, the Resolute number 2. I don't think this will work anymore either. Nah. And what's fun about that is if you look, they gave it little tiny E-frames that you can put inside the vehicle. That's pretty neat. And then her one comic, Exo Squad 0 by Topps. Only $1. And that's all they ever did. Topps never followed it up. The 0 was supposed to be an introduction to the comic series. And then they just didn't follow it up. Topps left it there. Some of you might remember Topps trying to break into comics in the 90s. They had a few interesting titles. They just didn't do anything with them. They just sort of backed off. But that's her Exo Squad. And I think as far as standard E-frames, she has pretty much everything. But not the Exo Squad / Robotech, which she really isn't interested in. She does, however, want the Jump Troopers, and the Jump Troopers come on blister cards in 2-packs, which is just a small figure, 2 small figures like that, with snap-on accessories, because they don't have E-frames. What do you think? Do you have these? You don't see them very often. Going to shows, we do a lot of conventions. You rarely see anything Exo Squad, unless it's loose and it's usually incomplete. Did you watch the show? Would you be interested in checking it out? I recommend it. I think it's a really well done production. Thoughts? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Please do. Give the video a thumbs up if you got anything out of that. I hope you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you are new. All of that good stuff. And if that is it, then what more can I say but thanks for watching. And we will see you again soon.